Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to the Westchester Ice Line Quad Rinks for the Day 2 of ACHA Division II National Championships. My name is Dave Kurtz. Next to me, Rasty McGibbon. And Rasty, we're getting started here to see ASU Elite take on Keene State in the first game here on Rink 4, where we'll be today. Spin the dials and bring you some ACHA hockey.
Yeah, so really, I think if you were to look at what would be predictable based on ranking coming into the tournament, yesterday was everything as by textbook plan. All of the ones beat all the fours, and all the twos beat all the threes. So today we're seeing the ones playing the threes, and then the twos will be playing the fours in the afternoon. And as the afternoon wears on, we will be getting you scores from the other rinks here in this fantastic facility. We are positioned high above the ice in the Veterans of Foreign War Memorial Gondola here, and we will be bringing you the action as Arizona State really had to fight it out pretty hard yesterday for 2 periods and then kind of blew it open very late. And we can tell you more about that as the day wears on.
So coming in today, ASU, as Rasty said, knocked off Michigan State 10-4 yesterday. It was a close game, and then suddenly coming out in the third period, we saw ASU really blow them. For Keene State, kind of a rough first day and their first time ever at Nationals, as they took on FGCU, the national runner-up the last 2 seasons, as they lost 11-1. Apparently, the refs are going to have to be a quick exit here, as all their stuff is coming out as we see a...
That's the first time I've ever seen the ref do a skate around with his luggage. That's pretty awesome.
Or with a roller bag. So
yeah, he's just doing a skate and play, I think.
Yeah, so he's ready to go. Apparently, that's the only way to get to the locker room over here is to...
You know what I'd say? Stuff. Thanks for dressing up. Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. Other games going on currently. Just dropped the puck on NYU against Utah State and Liberty against Lindenwood. So I was able to have a conversation with both head coaches, and we'll get it started with the ASU Elite coach, Dennis LeClaire.
I'm here with the head coach of Arizona State, Dennis McLean, and Dennis, congratulations on the win yesterday.
Thank you. It was a tough one, but I think we had a really good third period, and I think we were asked in between the second and third period if you guys had seen the best of Arizona State hockey, and I think we showed you guys a little bit more of what we can do in the third period yesterday.
Now, yesterday's game was kind of really back and forth early on. Michigan State kind of got down, then came back. What did you tell your guys when they tied it up to kind of, as I'm sure thoughts of last year started to creep into some of their heads?
Well, it crept into my head, I can tell you that much. But no, I really told them, I said, you know what, you guys just got to settle down, and we got to play our game, and we just got to keep working hard. And we drew a couple penalties finally, and had those 2 power play goals to end in the second period to put us back up 6-4. And then we had a good little talk in between the second and third period that I think fired him up a little.
How important was that goal coming right out of the gate in the third period?
Yeah, Housley's goal, that power move and far side low was a great shot, and it really, I think it took the wind out of Michigan State's sails. For me anyway, I looked at them and you could tell they got a little dejected, and then we drew a few more penalties after that, and popped 3 more in, and coach had to take his time out. I think it was about 11 minutes left to go in the third period. He took his time out. I think we were up by 4 at that point. So it was, Housley made a great move, and he's one of the kids who has emerged as a leader for us this year.
All right, now you take on Keene State, who had kind of a rough opening against FGCU, and what do you tell your boys to get them ready for when they look at that kind of score?
Please don't watch that game. I pulled them out of the rink because they were watching the game, and I don't want them watching either team. I want them focusing on yesterday, like I wanted them focusing on Michigan State. I said, you know what, everybody has a bad game. I have no doubt in my mind that Michigan State can give Florida that close a battle today, and I expect nothing less than Keene State. Everybody's here for a reason, right? They did what they needed to do to get here because they have the personnel to win games. So I'm expecting Keene. We'll see a different Keene State today. They have something to prove.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck. We'll talk to you during the game.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with the head coach of Keene State. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on making the Nationals.
Thank you very much. We're happy to be here.
Yesterday, learning experience, I guess we can go with. But tell me about. I know it's tough in that kind of game, but now that you're here, what are some things that you've learned in your first 48 hours at Nationals?
Yeah, obviously I thought we played a really nice first period, and things sort of fell apart for us in the second. We let Gulf Coast have the neutral zone and really possess the puck, and they're a great puck possession team. So I think the learning curve for us is that the guys have got to not watch the game; they got to play. They got to keep their feet moving and stay on the defensive side of the puck, and we're hoping for a better showing today.
All right, so next up is just an easier one with ASU, who beat Michigan State. What are some things that you'd like to see your guys do in, say, the first half of the first period?
Yeah, I think again the key for us is to make sure the guys keep their feet moving all the time. It's easy when you're playing really good quality deep teams, particularly teams you haven't seen before, like these teams, to sort of get caught watching the game. We didn't travel this far just to watch, so the guys have got to remind themselves to play, keep their feet moving, and again, as long as they skate, they'll be fine.
Well, great, Coach. Well, good luck. We'll talk to you during the game.
Super. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, those are the two head coaches, and we are ready to rock and roll here in this day 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. We're underway. ASU is able to win the faceoff, and they'll toss it down deep into Keene State. Keene State, the road team, in the road blacks with red and white trim, white numbers and red helmets. ASU again in their home whites as the high seed with maroon and yellow trim and maroon numbers. First shot comes in on the goaltender for Keene State, and he smothers it up, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
I think by both teams you're probably going to see early on a little more sense of urgency. Basically in Arizona State is because for 2 periods of yesterday, as a number 1 team, they were really kind of playing neck and neck with a number 4. For Keene State, obviously they lost yesterday, and so I think I think in some ways they may feel like they have something to prove. And Dave and I only did see Arizona State play. We didn't see Keene play yesterday, but probably will be a little bit tentative early on, and then as the game progresses, things you would anticipate to open up more. I think for Arizona State, one thing we did see yesterday is they got a lot of shots through. Special teams were very big, and I would anticipate special teams will be very big today for both teams.
Starting goaltender for Keene State is Carlin Testum. For ASU, they start their other goaltender. We saw Gluck yesterday. Today we'll be looking at Lucas Felbel. Puck being fought over in the corner here, deep inside the Keene State zone. They're able to clear it out, but ASU controls it. Will backhand it in, chasing it down, hit right in front of the Keene State bench. We got a player for ASU down. Looks like Enbar. He's able to get up slowly. Looks like he leaves his stick behind. They'll take it around behind, throw it out in front, trying to hit Randall. It ends up in the Keene State bench, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
Arizona State, one thing about a lot of them, these number 1 seeds, and as we were talking about in the car on the way to the rink this morning, former Commissioner Mike Radakovich, with the implementation of regional play, the only kind of downside is that the number 1 and 2 seeds out of the region that do end up getting a bye really kind of lay dormant for an extended period of time prior to coming to the national tournament.
Keene State trying to get in. It's tipped out by ASU, chasing it down, and going back in there is Higgs. Back up to the top, whiffed at there by Wiseman. They'll chase it down. Valver has it there, comes up a little bit. If on our camera view in the Memorial Gondola, sometimes on our close side on ASU's zone, it's a little bit tough to see as we're looking through some camera scaffolding and the operator. We'll try to keep you up as best we can. Clears the zone, bringing up is ASU. Schwartz has it, shot, and it's going to be grabbed by Testum. And he'll just get another faceoff. So right now, shots 3-0 for ASU.
So I think the game plan that I would employ for both teams is you have to do what was successful for you getting you to this national tournament. And not having seen Keene play yesterday, it's a little bit hard to give any commentary on that. But I think one thing is Arizona State does an excellent job of using their point men and keeping the puck in. And so one thing that for Keene is you need to gain that red line and dump the puck down. Let the puck do the work for you. And they do seem from what we've seen early on in this first so many minutes is, you know that they do have speed.
Here's a chance for the Keene shot. This one sails wide, comes back out the other side. Backhanded in by the Owls, and it'll go up off the girders.
And one bad thing from our vantage point is I really can't see the clock too well, eh?
Yeah. 17:02, I believe, is the time on the clock. So,
yeah,
a little late on the drop there.
That's close, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have it under a computer monitor in front of us.
Housley loses the face-off to Keene. Stepping up is the Owls, dumping it in, going to dump and chase. Going in after it are the Sun Devils, wrapped it around high, trying to hit it up there to Urich. Stepping up is McNeely. Waits for it, and gets it back over. Here's a shot right into the stomach of a forward. Nice play there to defend. This one clears out. No icing call by the referee. Forces Bayer for ASU to chase it back behind the net. Goes around behind Feldel. Now Waite reverses move. Now he'll throw it around back behind the net. Picked up there. Long pass out. Tried to get it over to Austin Ehrlich, but it goes all the way down for icing. So no change for ASU. Keene State will change up their players.
I think one thing for Arizona State coming into this, and you know, regardless of whether your criticism of the officials yesterday was justified or not, you have to stay out of the box. I mean, whatever the level is for the officials here calling a penalty, and I mean, you know, for me, I do not feel the officials have really made a difference in any game, and that's what I use as a barometer to tell whether I think the officiating has been good or not. Is as the has the outcome. Or would the outcome be different had there been different officiating? And I didn't see that. So I think for ASU, you got to stay out of the box. 3 of the 4 Michigan goals yesterday were on special teams. So just take that out of the equation.
ASU is turned away just outside of the Owl zone and is forced all the way back deep into their zone below the goal line. They'll go D to D. Trying to bring it up is Wiseman. Makes the pass up, hits McNeely. McNeely steps over the line, tries to pass it over and hit Urich, but it's turned over and back comes Keene State. Gains the zone 1-on-3, loses the puck, allows ASU a little drop pass up to Starr. Starr gains the zone, backhands it in deep. He'll go chase it down, joined there by Engbar. Engbar banged into the boards. Stepping in to try to help out there was the captain, Francis. Back comes out Wiseman. ASU controlling the play. Keene State's doing enough to get it out of the zone, but not much more than that.
Well, one thing I do like that I'm seeing out of Keene early on is that when they pick up the puck in their own defensive zone, they are not staying still and looking for a pass or starting to skate the puck, which is good. We did see some tentative play by teams that we saw yesterday.
Davis shoots it over the top, actually stepping on the skate right in front, was a forward, thrown in front, right through the blue ice and out the other side. As Testum was down, and there was a great opportunity for the Sun Devils to get on the board. Francis falls down, is pushed and there by Clark. Fighting for it, trying to get back a hold of it. It's being good forecheck being applied here by the Owls. Tapped off by Carlin, goes to the half boards, now be dumped in deeper by Randall. Carlin has it for the Owls. He'll throw it out, just clear the pressure. Davis has it. Little toss pass out to the red line. Turned over again. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. A lot of neutral zone play here early on in this day 2. For Keene State, they have to get themselves at least a point out of this day to stay alive in the tournament. They cannot lose this game and still be have a chance to win, at least mathematically, tomorrow.
Yeah, and as we go on, we can start to discuss some of those situations for each team.
Keene State steps over. Johnson fires it on. First shot on Felbo on the day. He is able to redirect it into the corner. Chasing it over. Johnson, he tries to fight through. Ref, we're going to get our first call. It looks like he took his hand off a stick, so we're going to get a holding call most likely. As, ref blows it dead with 13:45 left to go here in the first period, and our first penalty of the day.
And really with Arizona State shots being 4-on-1, it's hard to take, it's hard for Keene to take a holding call. But, we talked early on, special teams is going to be so important in today's contest. And so for Arizona, we talked about them getting a lot of opportunities to practice this man advantage scenario yesterday. And so, this is really a time to strike early. As you know, I think it's no secret they're disappointed with the outcome of last year's tournament appearance.
Keene is able to clear it out, and they'll try to go short-handed, bringing it in, throwing to the middle. Felble will throw it into the corner. Good stop there. Is trying to cross over, get some traffic there. Was number 6, Sam McNolly.
Now, interesting, like that was right on goal, and they didn't get credit with a shot for that.
1:25 left to go in the power play on the 2-minute minor for a holding on number 44, Tucker Johnson. ASU gains his own little drop pass, dragging it in is Ehrlich. Trying to throw it in front there was Hughes. Helping out now, coming over and grabbing it is O'Hara for Keene State, and he'll throw it to the other side. Felble slows down, just leaves it right in front of his net. Bear now will swing it around, drop pass back to his D partner. McNeely skates with it, gains the red line, steps through, gains the blue line, will lose the puck, but it stays inside the zone. Looks like there's a little miscommunication between Francis and McNeely, but they're able to hold it in. Swing around out to the top. McNeely's shot. It ricochets off of something, goes over the top of the cage. Teston was trying to fight that puck off as now it goes back up to the blue line.
And you know, I think I find sometimes as they practice so hard to make these power play things the perfect, you know, and the shot has got to come from just one place, and until you get the puck to the one position, you know, like you're not executing your power play. But sometimes with the man advantage, I'm like, you just got to do what's dirty and throw the puck on net and just see what happens, because you know, you really look at in a minute and 50 seconds they've only had one shot in this power play, which is not good, and Keene did actually get credit for that shot on goal there.
So we're back to full strength now. Good kill there by Keene, and now we're going to get a hooking call on ASU. Shot back in.
Fantastic opportunity by Keene there, and this now really is good. You know, they had a fantastic 2 minutes. They were very active. Really not an opportunity, you know, to see what type of penalty kill they're running. You know, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of an active box. Get out in those shooting lanes, very active. Burn yourself out for 45, 50 seconds, and then when you can get the puck down, you know, switch your guys up. And now we're going to see Keene. Arizona State did have some time yesterday on the kill, as there I think were four opportunities.
It looks like the other official got a call for a hold, so I'm not exactly sure why the call is. It looks like we'll go 4-on-4.
Well, I think it was. Here's the interesting thing. Is what we're talking to the linesman now, and the two referees are speaking. Keene had the puck, and until Arizona State touched it.
So basically, it looks like they called the penalty on Keene, even though Arizona State, they blew it dead when they touched it.
Yeah, I think there was some real miscommunication, and now there's miscommunication about where the face-off is going to come. You can see one of the alternate captains for Keene over talking to the other official, and I would have to agree with that. In that case, we
saw immediately after the hook is when we saw the arm go up. And we got a penalty right off the face-off. 2 minutes for tripping, and that might be maybe a little bit of a makeup call there as it came right off the face-off.
Well, yeah, and here, you know, and this is kind of hockey etiquette. But first of all, if you're going to talk to the ref, come down off your bench, okay? Meet him at his level. But here's the thing: when you stop the play when Arizona State touches the puck, okay? That indicates that the penalty's on Arizona State. So Keene has every right for an explanation. Okay, it's something as serious as 2 back-to-back penalties. So anyway, we got some 4-on-4 action, which I absolutely love, and
I do have to say I think this right now will favor Arizona State with their speed, but we'll see what Keene State's able to do as it goes over now. There's a chance that McNeely tries to poke it deeper.
I'm actually going to think it actually favors Keene.
Puck gate is right below us at the red line. Comes back out to ASU. They're going to look to try to push it up. Stepped on the puck, and then we'll throw it in deep. Teston will come out, just kind of slow it down, redirect it toward the defenseman. Taking it around behind, up right to the blue line. Kicks off of Pierce's skate, and will go deeper and force them to regroup. Stepping up now Gaining a little bit of speed is Carlin. Carlin's going to gain the red line, dump it in. Felbel will slow it and stop it behind the net. Chasing around, actually picking it up there was Myers. Myers trying to get out in front with it.
Yeah, and Keene really putting on some pretty heavy, substantial pressure here in the Arizona State defensive zone, and just sending in one forechecker very hard, taking up those passing lanes and really making it hard for Arizona State to get the puck out of their own zone. And here comes Keene again, and they're just going to be happy getting the puck in. Try to get all four guys, and they throw it in on the goaltender, and going to get four fresh bodies out there.
That shot came from McEnroe. So with 30, basically there's a 3-second difference between the two penalties, so we'll say about 36 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4. Puck won by ASU. They're going to gain the clear the zone. Valver has it over to Housley. Housley looking, now he'll circle around, go below the dot. Go all the way around, looking to try to throw around. Good play there by Testament, taking away the low area of the net, and they'll be thrown down. This should go for icing, and
yes,
it does.
Yeah.
So, and that will get us to our, not on on an icing. So with an icing, there'll be no, need a timeout.
I think he was saying to the ref, I think you need a timeout.
Not terribly thrilled with the beginning of this game. Davis will bring it up. Shot hits off a skate and into the corner. Now back up to the top, looking for a shot. Whiffed at it there was Bayer. Bayer will bring it in low. Tries to go bad angle, hits off a skate. Now we're back to a 3-second power play, and now we're back to even strength. So about 2 shots per team on that 4-on-4. And here's another one. Felbel kind of had to fight that one off as it came in from the short side. Shots are 7-4 in favor of the home team, ASU.
I'll tell you something, Keene is really putting the pressure on ASU and making it hard to transition out of their zone and into the neutral ice area. And they got a lot of jump for...
Big hit there by Star, levels number 5, Tyler Duquette.
And then they passed it back to Monsieur Duquette, and he was not ready for the puck that was coming to him there.
Dumps it in. Now here's a chance coming for Keene State. Shot. This one hits off of Pugh's skate and into the netting, and we'll get a timeout. And this will give us our media timeout.
So, go ahead.
Sorry, you were watching the ACHA Division II National Championships for live from Iceline in Westchester, PA. We'd like to thank our first period sponsors, GreatState.com, Sherwood, and Aero Sports, the official apparel provider of the ACHA. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey and Utah Game Day Live,
which we call Ute Vision. So here, just a little bit more than halfway through the first period, if you are joining us, score 0-0. We have Keene State and the Arizona State Elite queued up. Arizona State really clawing their way yesterday past Michigan State in the 1-4 matchup, and Keene yesterday playing 4 to Gulf Coast, and I think was that 11-1 yesterday? 11-1. And really Keene not looking like a team that got pumped for 11 goals yesterday. They got a lot more jump, and the fantastic thing about these games being on Ute Vision is that they are able to go back and watch them and kind of be self-analytical, and I think today they look like a new group of guys with a mission, and the explosiveness that we're seeing from them as they come out of their own zone, transition through the neutral zone, and the fierce forechecking that they're putting on is definitely, I don't think, what was anticipated by Arizona State.
Shot comes in on Felbel, and he holds on to it. As Coach Leclerc said, he even made his players kind of leave the ice yesterday and stop watching that game because he didn't want them to feel, because he knew that Keene State was not the team that was losing 11-1. He didn't want them to get into their head.
Real Keene State.
The real Keene State.
Will the real Keene State stand up? Yes.
Playing well, but as we talk about that, Rusty, I think you would agree that the biggest thing in all they're doing is they really need to be able to get that first goal as opposed to ASU just to keep building that momentum as Testum turns away that shot. Here comes another one, kicks it into the corner. They finally clear the pressure as it goes right over the top. Caselli was trying to glove it down like a baseball player. They'll dump it in, go for a change.
Right, so essentially we've only ever seen Keene State play for about 12 minutes. But as we start to see it play on, Keene State, it is very rare, and yesterday was probably one of those opportunities where you saw 2 pucks go in from 40 feet out. Usually the level of goaltending that you see at this national tournament would not allow someone to snap one in from 40 feet. And we saw that yesterday by Arizona State, but that's not usual. So Keene is going to have to find ways to score. I mean, they're doing a good job of checking Arizona State and keeping them from scoring, but you got to score to win.
Going all the way in front, trying to backhand it, and we're going to get a stoppage of players. The net came off, and they're going to say Keene State knocked it off, so no change for the Owls. The Sun Devils will change up their line.
So it was really kind of an odd game yesterday with Arizona State and Michigan State, and they really through only 2 periods, Arizona State had scored 6. A lot of special team opportunities for both, and then Michigan State unable to add any more in the 3rd period, and Arizona State cruised on.
Chop right in front, good play by Teston to come out strong and to cut down that angle, not let that Sun Devil shot from number 7. Wilson Housley to get any air underneath it. Back up to the top, kept in. Housley has it, throws it in front to McNeely. McNeely goes through, gets right off the puck. Good play there by the defenseman. Housley has it now, runs into his own player. McNeely is going to have to try to dump it down low. Going over now to help out is Ehrlich.
And what you're starting to see now is a bit of collapse by the Keene forwards.
Shot thrown right in front. Goes back up to the top now, over to Bayer. Backhanded in there by Kunze.
Fortunately for Arizona State, as Keene State drops down, they are unable to put any pressure on those point men to keep the puck in.
Shot, nice play there by Testum, as Ehrlich was able to go kind of against the grain and try to go blocker side high, and he got enough of the puck to put it up into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage here with just about 16 minutes left. We're kind of obscured by the camera.
No, it's probably about 6 minutes.
6 minutes left,
yeah.
Sorry.
They wish it was 16 minutes left.
Yeah. Our clock on our computer's a little bit ahead, but we'll try to sync them up. Being fought over just at the goal line.
Probably the last minute or so of playing time, we started to see the momentum shift in the direction of Arizona State as they were really, having sustained pressure in the zone, causing some defensive breakdown of the Owls.
Ref took a big time hit there.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah. All right, Keene State has some speed. They got some momentum heading into the zone, trying to get through. They'll get it in deeper. Nice hit applied there by Hughes. Rubs out the Owl player, but it comes all the way back around. Nobody home but a shot. Comes, hits off a shin pad, doesn't make it through. Secondary shot goes all the way down to the other side. Good physical play being applied there by Hughes. Embar has it for the Sun Devils. Goes D to D now. Back up to the top. Able to clear the zone by Starr. Stepping over is Hughes. Jumps up in the play, shot, hits off a skate and goes into the far side corner. Wrapped all the way around, chasing it down there is Caselli. Caselli goes back up the top to Randall. Got 3 guys up top. Shot, wow, that was a tip by the clear. Actually redirected it completely away from the net.
Yeah, so you're really here in the last 2.5 minutes, you're seeing the momentum shift in the direction of Arizona State, and probably, on paper, this is what we would have anticipated. Of the 4 shots that Keene has, really only one stands out in my mind as a legitimate scoring opportunity. You could argue that anytime the puck's on net, it's a scoring opportunity, but, Keene is going to have to find ways to turn the, pressure that they were using earlier on in this period, and we've talked about generating scoring opportunities, and Keene needs to do that as they get the puck down and cycle and work and get some traffic there.
Shot, and Testum's going to grab it, kind of double clutched on it, but he was able to snag it and hold on to it. A little pushing and shoving afterwards. But I think right now for Keene, I think you have to be very happy as you've played well the first 3 quarters of this period, and right now the momentum seems to, again, as you said, Rusty, pushing more toward ASU's way. Get yourself out of this period. Try to get a little momentum, but be happy about where you're at and how well you've played so far.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, there's two things you have to think about from both sides. First of all, from Keene, they only scored 1 goal at all yesterday. Okay, so you would hope from a coaching standpoint you don't let that creep into your into your consciousness.
A lot of traffic in front as that Wiseman shot sailed wide.
But I do also agree with you. I think the game plan has got to be to get out of this period not losing. And whether that means you're 1-1 or whether it means you're 0-0 or you're actually winning 1-0. But you know, like, don't lose the period.
Little drop pass tried to get to Theoro, and it goes deeper into the corner now, trying to fight it out is Valver. Looking for to try to throw it in front now, back up to the top to Duquette. Duquette takes his time, tapped in front, earns a chance. Shot, and he whipped it. It goes right over the top of Valver and then thrown out by ASU. But a great opportunity there for the Owls late as they had a wide open net, but he got a little bit too much of the heel on his stick, and he couldn't get it lifted up high enough in the air to find the back of the net. We're under 3.5 minutes left to go in this period. Leon tries to dig it in for ASU. Nice hit there applied by Duquette. And we got offsides. Probably should have been a whistle.
Yeah, I think it should have been, actually.
But they're going to let it go as Keene State clears the zone. ASU intercepts the pass. Big hit right inside the zone as we're starting to see physical play pick up a little bit. Didn't see too much of it yesterday. Steele thrown in front. Testum lays down his stick. He's able to get it. Whoa, and now we got a lot of pushing and shoving going afterwards as Keene State took exception to that extra whack by the stick of ASU upon their goaltender blocker.
It really was kind of a jam play by Arizona State as they went on that blocker side there and tried to poke it in. But he was across in that butterfly position, and he had it cut off right against the bar. And you know, really, the only way you're going to get it is just like they call it, jam play. You got to jam it in, which might have taken a little offense to. Nice long rising shot there by Arizona State, just above the glove of the goaltender for Keene.
Keene's able to grab it. Puck bouncing all over the ice. This was getting pretty choppy here on this rink late in the period. ASU playing around, trying to relieve some of the pressure, get something going here before the end of the period. Skating it up now is Kunze. Kunze whips on it, almost loses the puck. Got a little lucky there as they had two Keene players ready to go on a 2-on-1 going the other way. Puck thrown out, Bayer intercepts it. He's going to be harassed there by Clark. Stepping over now is Kunze. Throws it in, hard bounce off it, slowed down by Testum. Now it'll be wrapped around.
So now what you're starting to see is 2 forecheckers in deep for Arizona State, and I think it's only going to be a matter of time before that hard work pays off for them. I think eventually Keene is not going to be able to handle that amount of pressure, and you're also starting to see some of the passes not quite be as crisp as we did early on in the period. And unfortunately what happens is it makes you desperate, and you get pinned in your own end for a while and you get desperate, and you put the puck somewhere where it's kind of juicy for Arizona State, and they light you up. But really, I think compared to yesterday, if you're a Keene State fan, you got to be really impressed. For Arizona State, I think the momentum is really in their favor, and they really just have to keep doing what they're doing and stay out of the box. They've done a fantastic job of that so far.
ASU wins their face-off. Shot is intercepted by a Keene Owl and steps up. Now they're able to gain the zone. Myers has it now to throw it on. Felbo will redirect it to the corner. Mitchell has it, tried to dig it out there for the Owls. Now comes back up to the top, back over.
And now shot.
Behind. Yeah. Shot. Hits off the zone player, but still good opportunity. Has some traffic in front. Hit. This one gets just outside the zone, but retained control there by Rossman for Keene State. ASU long pass out. Hughes actually goes offside and he leaves the puck. Nope, the ref said that he was good. Shot. This one hits on the outside of the net and goes around to the far side. Trying to help out there and get it out is Myers. He falls down. Coming up, Mbar shot ends up in the stomach of Testum, and we get a stoppage with 1:09 left to go here in the first period.
Yeah, so if I was coaching either team, we go to the change room in between periods. I think for Keene, I think defensively they have played very well for Arizona State. I think I would tell them don't change a thing and do not get in the penalty box, because everything you're doing is eventually going to pay off. And I think if you say that the tempo is going to go for the second period the same period before, it's going to be hard for Keene to score, and I think you're going to see Arizona State eventually pop a couple.
Trying to dig it out there was Thero, but it hops over a stick and comes out. Now it's played up off the netting, and we'll get a stoppage of play with 26 seconds left to go here in the first period. My name is Dave Chris. Next to me, Rusty McGibbon. We're in day 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. After this period, Rusty will get an interview with one of the coaches, as well as when we come back, we'll get you the updates on some of the other games that are going on, and there are lots of games going on as we have basically 2 sessions during the day of 4 games. So lots of hockey, a lot of teams fighting for their lives. As O'Hara plays it, goes high off the glass. McEnroe will throw it down, hits off the linesman, so allows ASU to dump it in deep. Puck wraps around, goes all the way back up, almost to the blue line, thrown in. Here's a chance backhander. Tessum watches it sail by, has to try to dig himself back into the net quickly. ASU trying to grab one before the end of the period. Up to Bear, one-timer shot, makes it right in on Tessum. He can't find it. Wow, Hauser tried to dig it out. Puck is live. Back behind the net. We're under 10 seconds left to go. Housley is down. They want ASU wanting a call. This puck's thrown up. That should just about do it. As that ends it. And we got a little bit of extracurricular activity. Guys chirping with each other in front of the bench. Bayer saying a couple things. Right in front of the Keene bench. So shots on goal that were in that period were heavily in favor of ASU as they lead 16-6 in this period. So as both teams kind of get separated and head to their locker rooms. Get a little testy, but for Keene State, I think you have to be happy. If you were to say at the end of the first period it was 0-0, then I think you have to be happy with where that's at, and you have to be happy going into the locker room. But I'm sure there are things that we'll be talking to with the head coach, with Rusty McGibbon, the head coach of Keene State, that he wants to see better. So let's go down to Rusty McGibbon right now.
Rusty McGibbon, Keene State head coach Bobby Roderick. Bobby, you guys tied after 1. Are you happy with what you see out of your boys?
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good start. The guys kept their feet moving today. So we had a good first period yesterday also, though. So now it's really the test is to see how we continue next period.
In 4 periods of hockey, you guys have only gotten 1 in the net.
Yep.
What do you say to your guys? I think defensively you played fantastic this period. What do you do to get the offense going?
Yeah, I think this period the boys did better at getting pucks off of their tape more quickly. There were a lot of long shots. We only really threatened once, but I think more of that will come. I think they're starting to get their confidence again, and I think we're just going to try to get more pucks and more bodies to the goal.
I think positionally your goaltender has been fantastic. Yep. Speak just a bit to what he's been for you guys this season.
Yeah, this is probably his 3rd start. He's a freshman for us. We used our number 1 guy yesterday, and the team really let him down, so we're giving him a rest today so we can be ready to go again tomorrow. But the young man we've got in goal, Carlin, played really well for us. He works hard in practice all the time. He's probably the hardest working kid we've got all together, and he's a really bright kid, and I think that shows positionally.
When you talk about hockey systems, and I don't know what your systems are, but your team seems very explosive through the neutral ice area as you're coming in. Is that something that you've worked on? Is that one of your keys to success?
Yeah, one of the things we do is we really focus. There were a couple times we were disappointed this period with our defensemen maybe just throwing pucks up the middle kind of errantly, and they would get turned over, which we're going to work on and adjust. But once we do get pucks out into the neutral zone, the guys do really work hard to pounce on them and try to capitalize.
Well, thanks very much for this. Good luck in the next 40.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. David, now back to you up high.
Thank you very much, Rusty. That was the head coach of Keene State. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second period for your Day 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. Brought to you live by Utah Hockey and Utah Game Day. Live 0-0, Keene State and Arizona State Elite. We'll be back right after this. folks, welcome back out to Ice Line in Westchester, Pennsylvania. My name is Dave Chris, next to me, Rasty McGinn. We are ready to start the second period, and we are underway in this 0-0 game between ASU and Keene State. Getting you some updates from the other games as stoppages allow. ASU quickly into the Keene State zone, but then turned over just inside the blue line. Allows Keene State to be able to evacuate, and Cooper Hines will dump it out. Excuse me, that is Andrew Pierce. I think as this puck comes back and throws, and again picked up there by number 16, Derek Clark. As Rusty, I think as we were talking about different things that the ACHA, I think the ACHA should sponsor name plates on every team that comes to the Nationals.
It's expensive, eh?
You know,
It's expensive.
get a deal.
Well, like not every team is as financially blessed as some are. So, having talked to the coach there of Keene at the intermission, I know a big thing for them. I think defensively they have actually played quite well, and one could argue that Arizona State has because Keene only has 6 shots. But Keene is going to have to find a way to generate offense. Arizona playing very disciplined today as opposed to yesterday, and really yesterday was a game with much more penalties than we saw, although we had 3 in the first period. Another thing I'm seeing by Keene is they like to start their rush from behind the net, but with Arizona State really for the last 5 minutes of the first period sending 2 forecheckers in pretty hard, you may have to transition from where you pick the puck up and not actually try to take the puck so deep. But we will see how this period unfolds.
ASU controls the puck behind their net, wraps it around, a little miscommunication. Should allow Keene to be able to hold it in at least temporarily. Held it in there back in the hole. He'll step in and hold it in again. Trying to dig it in deeper there was O'Hara. They do finally get it in. Hines has it, tries to throw it in front of the net, directed away. Net comes off. We'll see who has to hold, and it will be held by ASU as they say it came off. Keene State will look to possibly change. Will they? Nope.
They will not, no.
So everyone will stay the same. Give you an update in the start of the second period. Liberty leads 3-1 over Lindenwood, as it was 2-0, and both teams scored within 15 seconds of each other to make it 3-1. 1-0 Miami over Lindenwood Belleville there at the first intermission.
Which is a bit of a surprise, right?
Yeah, and NYU and Utah State tied at 2 in the second period. Shot comes in on Belleville. That was a good opportunity there, as this one stays in the zone after it kicks off the inner leg of the linesman.
Yeah, and see, this is an instance where Keene has got to get their centerman over along the board, and the second forward has got to come in to lend some puck support to anticipate and to cut that pass up along the boards, because Keene is able to get some shots on goal, and they're also having to do traffic, but unfortunately they worked that hard and they only get 1 shot out of it.
Now back down in the out zone, trying to get it out, digging, and it pops out just to the red line, brought back in now by ASU. Thrown in front, makes it all the way across, shot. This one hits off the outside of the paw by Randall. Second shot, Testum hits it off his chest, keeps it out. Now he turned around trying to bring it out by O'Hara for Keene State. He steps through, gains the red line, will dump it in. Gets ran to the boards, actually right into his bench as the door was being opened for some guys coming off. Long pass out. Casaselli just tips it in, and it'll go all the way into the deeper. Higgs has it for the Owls. Thrown out in front, stepped in there, out come the Keene State Owls. Stepping over, gaining the zone is Duquette. Duquette gets rubbed out on the boards. Bolivar plays it off, intercepted there by an Owl. He gets pushed away. ASU have a little bit of trouble. Good pressure being applied there by number 10, Matt Gerard.
Point. See, this opportunity, when they have both point men, Arizona's dropping down a bit, that they can use the point men.
Here comes the point man pinching in there for number 19, Samuel Higgs. He'll back it in down low. Mello has it. Being pushed up against the board by Wiseman. Both teams coming in, a little trick there. No call by the official. Thrown in front, shot. Oh, and he just couldn't get enough stick on it to bury it and give the Owls a 1-0 lead. Thrown up in front. This one's going to be grabbed by Duquette, but it hits off his glove and into the Keene State bench. So we'll see where they put the face-off.
There's some discussion here on the Keene bench as to whether the face-off should be in or out. It looks like it is going to be out, but all the guys think it is going to be in. I think in terms...
So face on the outside. I'm not sure why Keene State was saying that there should be no change on that. That was just a puck that was gloved and went into the bench. Maybe they were saying it was played by a high stick into their bench. Puck is one back deep into ASU zone. Trying to bringing it out now is Schwartz. That'll be chased down, a little race to the icing call, and we'll get our first icing call of the period.
I think one thing for Arizona State, Coach LeClaire has really got to get these guys to buy in that each period is an investment, and they're going to cash out before the end of this game. I think if both teams continue to play, I'll be surprised if Keene beats Arizona. I've been surprised before, but Arizona really is definitely winning in terms of the scoring opportunity category. They're winning in shots, and with that two-man forecheck, it's causing Keene to really, cough up the puck in their own end. And another thing that Keene likes to do is to take the puck behind their own end to start the breakout, which is a little bit dangerous.
Keene clears the ASU zone. That's being fought over just outside of the Owls area. Comes up right from the red line, stepping over, has some room to skate. There is O'Hara, so he'll skate it in. Throws in front to that was Johnson.
So I think to even take that a step forward, if I can interject, David, is when Arizona State gets that puck in the neutral ice area, their MO has got to be just dump it back in and send two forecheckers. So they got to send it back in and send two forecheckers every time, and that I think that's going to wear down Keene.
Neely has it just outside the blue line. He'll dipsy-do in, tries to get it in front, throw it in front, shot. This one sails wide. Throw in front, long pass, trying to get it. This should go for no icing, as that is correct, as leading by Hines gets his own pass, gets knocked down by Housley. Coming in to help out there was Mitchell. Shot goes all the way up, hits off of the crossbars up in the ceiling, so it should stay inside the zone, and it does.
So we talk and we say it time and time after that it's a game of adjustments. I think for Keene, I'm really impressed with the level of play for a team that got pumped by a good Florida Gulf team yesterday for 11 goals. They have shown a lot of fight, and I think defensively they're solid, but they gotta.
That shoots it right into the stomach of the sliding.
And seeing an opportunity like that, you got to fake it, step around him, and get that through. Because you've only gotten 7 shots on goal, and it's going to be hard to win hockey games like that. So you got to get the puck in and make the goaltender save it.
Good play there as Oak tried to go around him. I think they wanted an interference call.
No, but that's actually really good defensive hockey.
As now we got a slash right at center ice. No call by the official. Stepping over, coming in now is Mitchell. Shot. Oh, nice blocker down as he tried to go high. Here's another shot. This one's gloved down. It's still wide. And then it's up. Good play there by Felville as he kind of gloved it. Double clutch on it. Fell down. He had to drop down. He had a defenseman there to kind of shovel it into his pads and get a stoppages. Now we got a little extracurricular going on. We'll see if the official calls something here.
Just some chatting.
Just, it's...
Where are you eating after the game? That was the first question. And the second is, was your bus nicer than ours?
And those are important questions that you got to ask.
I asked those myself.
This is a bus memory thing. Shot. This one comes in. We'll wait for our stoppage. Talk a little bit about it's the 3-year anniversary of Grand Valley State's bus catching on fire during their game. As my Facebook memory told me, as we took lots of pictures of a burned out bus. That was an experience.
Oh, really? Did you have pictures of that? That's pretty good. Yeah.
So, those ACHA Nationals memories. That was St. Louis. As this one tried to be tapped in front by Engbar, and it gets through his legs and comes back out there. Side Bell has it. Tries to get it up to his partner, Duquette. Duquette's going to wrap around Bell. Actually comes all the way out and slows it down. Star has it. Whoop, he misses it. Comes up now to the point, waiting for it, looking, stepping in for a quicker shot. Doesn't make it in on Felbell. Someone lost the stick. As the defenseman for ASU, see if the Keene State can capitalize on that. Trying to get out front, now comes back up to the point, waiting for it is Higgs. He'll throw it in deep, comes in, and actually will be stopped by Felbell. It took a weird bounce, and the net was actually off as well. So we get a face-off inside the zone with 13:01 left to go here in the second period. 0-0 score. My name, Dave Kurtz, next to me, Rasty McGibbon. We're in day 2. For Keene State, it's pretty simple. You gotta get at least a point out of this game today to stay alive for day 3. For ASU, they want to try to get themselves a win here and be at least in a winner-take-all game tomorrow against FGCU. Puck comes up to the half boards, turned around by Starr. He put the blind man pass intercepted there, but comes out with it is Randall. Randall's shot had a little nice play there by Tescom as it was against the grain and there was some traffic shielding him. Here's another chance for Starr. Starr hit their far post and bangs it in. And ASU takes a 1-0 lead here with 12:33 left to go in the second period.
And this is what I've talked about, the cash out by Arizona State, as they keep doing the same things, they do it well. Two guys in forechecking, they were able to really put a lot of pressure on the winger, trying to get the puck off the far boards into that center ice to transition the puck out, and that caused a turnover, and Arizona State was able there to capitalize on it.
So we'll see if Keene State can respond here as ASU taking a 1-0 lead as we approach the halfway mark. Left to go here in the second period.
I think the thing for Keene is you have to keep doing what you're doing. 1 goal and 18 shots is not bad, but really I think if there's any criticism I could give them, it's going to be very hard to win at this level. When only 11 shots through about 30 minutes of hockey, and so they've got to figure a way to generate more offense.
So Keene State will bring it over. Johnson has it now. He gains the zone. Shot bounces around. Felbo trying to swing at it like a baseball bat, and it comes back out just outside the blue line, trying to hold it on. Cannot hold the zone. Is Keene State. They gain it over. Stepping over is Zero. Shot. This one sails wide. Comes all the way back out to the other side. Rossman has it. He's overwhelmed there by a Sun Devil, and he'll come back out to center ice. Chasing it over there is Hines. He's going to try and gain the red line. He passes it around to nobody in particular, but he'll get inside the zone, goes in deeper as now Blumenfeld gets dumped over, turned over now, thrown in front. He'll just kind of trickle back as no one was really there. Whoa, as the puck comes flying out, and Feldman will hold on to it. As again, a lot of chirping going on after the play, Rasty, as some frustration spilling over for Keene State.
Well, I think the thing Keene State has to look at, by this time yesterday, they definitely had, I'm guessing, 5 goals scored against them. So I think they have to look at the positives. I mean, one thing for, your first time to Nationals, at least the first time in my recollection, is it is very hard to in any way equate.
Shot thrown in front, tapped, as it sails wide. As I think it might have hit off the outside of the cage. Good opportunity there for Keene State to try to tie the score. Now comes up. Ehrlich dumps it around. Good play there. McNeely comes down. And he tries to go through his legs, but the puck doesn't come with him. He still is able to hold on to it. Wraps it around. Thrown in front. Right in front. Score by ASU. As just left right in front of the cage. We'll try to get his number as he comes out.
And that was by a lot of hard second effort by Keene.
So McKinney giving it over to Ehrlich, and Ehrlich buries it in, and now they're up 2-0 on Keene State.
And again, that was the hard work of McNeely getting the puck in deep and really drawing 2 defenders on him, which left a man streaking through the slot. He was able to get the puck in. But I think for Arizona State, they just have to keep sticking to the game plan and doing what they do, and they're starting to cash out now what we talked about earlier on.
Chasing it down, trying to keep the icing off. They do wave it off there. Going around is Clark. Oh, nope. Actually, they do call icing. Face-off taken to the blocker side of Felbo. Won by McKeene State. Swings that, misses it. Here comes the 2-1 coming back the other way. Ehrlich has it, gives it over. Shot by Starr. He airmails it. You want to try to get that one a little closer to the ground there, Rasky. Try to look for that rebound as they try to go on a little 2-man cycle, and it goes all the way back to the other end. Felbo has a little bit of a trouble with that puck. He's not been playing the puck very well today. I don't know if it's just kind of how the rink is, but he's been having a lot of trouble outside just stopping the puck, trying to play it. Stepping over is Leclerc. He has it, tries to throw it into the center. We got a penalty here on this play. And we're going to get a slash behind the play. And it looks like it'll be on Keene State, and that's the last thing you want to do in this game. So 2-minute minor on number 11, Brian Mello, for slashing. Puts ASU on the power play, already up 2.
Well, and the thing for Keene is now is not the time to break down, and really the media timeout could not come at a better time. You've got to kill this penalty off. Don't let Arizona State score. It's going to give you a bit of momentum, and then you're going to be able to regroup during the media timeout, and that's what you need to do. And if you can get a shorty, that's a little bit of gravy on your biscuit. Not that I indulge in that sort of thing.
So they bring it down. Brought up to McNeely. Shot this one sails, tips over wide by Hughes. Hughes tries to get it in. Coming in was Ehrlich at the last second.
Ton of traffic there in front of the goaltender.
So Ehrlich gets rubbed off the puck there at the last second, but it gains his zone. Housley has it, trying to go around behind the net. Puck played off the glass. Johnson tries to backhand it out, intercepted there. Oh, nice, almost an opportunity there for a shorthanded Spring. Still trying to dig it out there. Engbar has now, he's going to try to skate it in, throws it in front, tries to get it back and forth. Oh, tic-tac-toe pass that the toe didn't quite make it, and Keene State will be able to clear the puck. McEneil tries to get around. He does get around one player, tries to get around Pugh. Shot. Felbo directs it into the corner, high off the glass. McEneil will hold on to it. Now he gets pushed around a little bit, and back comes ASU. Lead pass gets thrown away. It's going to come in as Testum. We'll watch it sail. Refs say no icing. 29 seconds left to go in the 2-minute slashing minor on Mello. Coming up now with some speed is Mitchell. Shot right off the shin pads, and ASU's able to turn it around.
And you know what? When you have 18 seconds left, you want to just dribble that thing down in the corner so slow that you can see the writing on the edge of the puck and just burn the last 18 seconds off.
Trying to go across to the back door to end bar is interrupted, so we'll go back to even strength now. Bayer has it now, tosses it over to Davis. Davis goes cross ice. Now Keene State will just throw it out with a little bit of air underneath it. Chasing it down there is Clark. Clark gets pushed off the puck by Davis. Davis over to Bayer. Casaselli gains the zone, trying to get it in deeper over there as he had Leclerc. Turned over now to Keene State. Yao stepping over, trying to gain the zone. Might have been offside. I think even number 8, retired Clark, looked back at the official thinking that he was going to be called for offside. Leclerc has it now, passes up to Randall. Randall will gain the zone, regains the puck. Leclerc trying to pass it in, an entry pass as they were trying to drive the net. Puck about 3 feet away from the blue ice. Still fighting over it. Right now ASU carrying the play in this period. Shot comes in on Testum. Another shot, he turns around. Testum down on the ice. Hitting off a couple skates. Now come back out into the feet. Grabbed there by Thero, and we're going to get a penalty call here. This looks like it's going to be on ASU. And it'll be a tripping call with 7:07 left to go here in the second period. And for Keene State, it's a great time because if they can try to get something here on the power play, get a goal, and then get a stoppage. And that will be our media timeout. All right, our second period sponsors are...
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah.
We are watching the ACHA Division II National Championships live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank Gong Show Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. We'd like to thank also Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Game Day Live.
Ute Vision. With the Ute Vision. So about 7:07 left to go here in the second period. If you are tuning in, I'm Rusty McGibbon. Beside me, David Kurtz. This is a number 1 versus a number 3. Number 1, Arizona State Elite, and Keene State the number 3. Keene State not having an ideal scenario yesterday, really getting shelled pretty hard by Florida Gulf. And Arizona State really hanging with Michigan State for 2 periods before they broke loose yesterday. And really, in terms of Arizona State today, I think they have stuck to a game plan. If you're an Arizona State fan, you got to be really proud of what you've seen. And they have just invested in a game plan from the beginning. I think they've done some excellent execution. They've sent in 2 guys hard, and during that whole time, it has paid off with 2 goals on 21 shots. If you're Keene State, I think defensively they've actually done very well. They've done very well, and I think the breakout and actually being able to generate offense in the Arizona State zone has really been a bit of their Achilles heel, as in now almost 5 periods of hockey they've only scored 1 goal.
Shot comes from a one-timer, and it's turned away by Felbo, and it'll come all the way out to center ice, forcing the Owls to clear the zone. A little bit of miscommunication there on who wants the puck as they enter the zone. This one from Felbo sails wide. Now be played up. A lot of physical play being applied here by ASU here. 1:22 left to go on the 2-minute minor for slashing on number 18, Steven Caselli. As looks like we're going to get another penalty. This one looks to be on Keene State, I think, and that'll even us out at 4-on-4 for a tripping call. So we'll see who goes into the box for that. Number 12, Kurt Mitchell.
And honestly, to take a tripping penalty in the neutral ice area on the power play is really just a lack of discipline. And I hate to be critical, but that's really what it is. And this is the opportunity to jump back in this game. Obviously, you'd love to go into the intermission with a lead. It's going to be hard for Keene State. It would be much easier when you're playing 5-on-4.
Shot just makes it all in on Testa, being fought over, still live. Coming out with it is KSU. Put it high off it, but they hit the girder, and so it'll be a stoppage and keep it inside the zone.
But we talked about really there is nothing in the regular season that can replicate the intensity that you see in playoff hockey. And so for Keene, the first time here, it has been hard for them to say, like this would get us through the regular season, but like this won't cut it in playoffs. But
50 seconds left to go on the original minor, and then for about 30 seconds, ASU will be on the power play. Coming in now is Wiseman. Over to Valver. Valver will go take it around behind the net. One thing I noticed about this ASU team, Rasty, is that their defensemen are very active in the offensive side, as you see guys like Hughes and Wiseman and Valver taking it down low. Thrown in front, tried to get it in. Here's an opportunity. Oh, good stick lift there by ASU, and they come back out and throw it out. Grace grab down is by the captain, number 4, I believe, Andrew Pierce. Here's a chance here for Keene State if they can get it in deeper. Trying to come out with it is Hines, but it's turned over and back come the Sun Devils. Ehrlich he's got 2-on-1, he's got 3-on-1. Gives it back to Valver, tries to give it back to Ehrlich. Shot, and he hits the back of the net from standing still. Wow, I thought that was a bad pass as he had to actually jam his skates in and come to a stop, grab the puck from behind him and swing it around, but he was able to bury it. And ASU leads 3-0, and they will see if it appears to be a 4-on-4, so they still will have a power play for 48 seconds after this.
Yeah, and really, I don't know if Keene was just gassed, but one guy was back, the other ones were trying to play catch up, and one guy was really just kind of limping back, and Arizona State had numbers, and that did come on it's going to count as a power play goal. We talked to Dennis LeClaire yesterday. He said special teams have been so huge for them, and that's going to count as a power play and negate any remainder of the Keene. And I think that's going to be argued now.
So you're going to double check to see what time the official clock is and whether that wasn't a power play goal. But either way, it's a 3-0 lead for ASU. And
I think, let's see.
So it looks like they're going to say it was a power play goal. So that will go down as their second on the day. And for ASU, a 3-0 lead. Just crossed the 5-minute mark left to go here in the second period. Day 2, For Keene State, they had to get something going here and getting it going quickly, or their tournament possibilities of advancing will die in this game.
Which does not mean they won't play tomorrow, but it just means tomorrow will be for fun and fun only. In the name of fun.
So we got another penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be on ASU. As Teston was coming there kind of late. Nothing worse than for a goalie that having to skate 3/4 of the way on the second period and then blow the dead. So we get a high sticking call here on ASU, which will put Keene State on the power play. This will be their second power play of the period.
So in about the 4.5 minutes we have left in this period, one thing that is very important for Keene is they need to score a goal in the rest of this period. You know, they need to go in and say, look, okay, we're playing a number one, but we are able to score against number one. In 2 periods, we have already replicated what we did in 3 periods yesterday. And see, I think this now is just, it's too fancy, okay? You got traffic, you got numbers, shoot the puck.
Shot never makes it on as it looks like it hit off of Francis. A lot of chirping going on from both sides. Keene State dumping it in, kind of a soft dump, does get all the way in. So thrown out in front, nobody was ever able to stop it. Testum comes out, slows it down, 1:23 left to go in the power play. 3:48 left to go in the period. 3-0 ASU turnover, Randall will throw it in, has LeClaire right in front as had to be frozen the puck, and you're going to get a little bit of chirping going on as they feel that LeClaire hacked at Testum's glove there after he had covered it up. Head coach of ASU, Danny LeClaire, really giving it to the referees in this game.
He probably is one of the more verbal coaches that we have seen here.
Keene State will now try to bring it up here on the power play. Good forecheck being applied here by LeClaire. Really good forecheck. Coming in now, Davis has it. Keene State having a lot of trouble getting it out of their own zone. They'll try it again, taking it around behind the net. They'll come up, skate with it. Kind of loses the puck, held on to and regained by Hines. Hines gains the red line, gets pushed off. McInnill will try to dump it in, but he loses it, and he'll come back to the other side. Tried to feather the pass to a partner. As, wow, we're going to see if we get a trip or a dive there, as I've never seen
and so now you got to turn the puck over to them. There you go. That's what you have to do, is turn the puck over so they get 30 seconds of 5-on-3. And you know, with 3 minutes left, both teams have got to have the message going into the change room. We got to reset, and on the physical dial, we got to turn it back down, at least from the penalty dial, because this penalty, this taking of penalties is only going to favor Keene. It's only going to favor Keene because it's going to allow them to climb back in this one.
So Jordan LeClaire takes a 2-minute minor for tripping. So Keene went 30 seconds.
And now in 30 seconds, you really got to pump the puck towards the net.
Shot, this one sails wide. Good opportunity. Had 2 guys in front, but can't hold the zone. Got to be able to hit the net, Rasty, as we say.
Absolutely.
Especially on a 5-on-3. Work your way in and get it. So 13 seconds left. Trying to get something here. Shot, nice play there by Francis to hold it down. McInnill trying again. This one comes over the top from Mitchell. Now here's a shot, bad angle.
Hey, that's a horrible angle shot.
And they'll come back to the other side. So one guy out, so we'll go 5-on-4. Ehrlich comes out, has a chance to kind of force the play. Testum plays it up higher off the boards.
I think he was testing there.
They'll come up with a little bit of speed, trying to get around, gets it in, loses the puck a little bit. Now he'll bring it back up to the top. Mitchell has it. Mitchell has it just at the hash marks. They'll walk it in, back up to the top. Now to Clark. Back down, plays up high off the netting, and we'll get a stoppage of play. Or faceoff should stay inside the zone.
And for Keene, like I talked about, they got about 2:05 left to go in this period. It's going to be monumental for them in terms of momentum, and just the fact that they were able to only pump one yesterday in 60 minutes of hockey. They got a minute 5 face-off coming in the Arizona State zone to the blocker side, and they really got to work this power play and try to get something going and in. And I mean that would be a huge shift in momentum for them. We talked about the Arizona State forwards do a fantastic job of getting out of that point man. All you need to do is just fake the shot, step around, use that traffic in front, and try to get some quality chances there.
Keene State holding on a puck. We'll take it around behind the net. Have their point man open. Goes back up to the top to Hines. Over to his D partner. Back down now, just above the circle. Coming around looking for the one-timer. Shot. This one goes in. Good play there as number 11, Brian Mello, is standing right in front. And that's what you want to see, Rask. Maybe just a tad lower, but still. Traffic in front. Good shot on the net. Look for the rebound.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. Unfortunately, I guess what my criticism would be, they pass. There was probably 6 passes to get that to the shooter. Okay, and I think 2 of the times before that the puck could have been shot. There was traffic there, and see, like now, shot. I think when you're down 3-0, you got to take some chances and just shoot the puck.
There's a nice one. Tap right front. Score by Keene State.
Boom goes the dynamite. Keene is now back in this game.
And as you talked about, Rasty, that was a shot that was going far side on the blocker, and it was just tapped out of the air and went back on the glove side low, and they were able to pot one with 1:35 left. Power play goal for Keene State, and they crawl back into it at 3-1.
Yeah, and you know what? It's about when you're down 17-22 in shots and 3-0 on the scoreboard. Sometimes ugly things make it in, and that's exactly what it was. It was probably not the 6-pass power play where you catch some man with a wide gaping net, but they're able to get on the scoreboard. That's going to be a huge shot in the arm for Keene, and I think that is another message for Arizona State: just stay out of the box.
Updates on the other games: ended 4-3 NYU over Utah State. Liberty up 4-1 on Lindenwood as they're in the second intermission, and 2-0 Belleville with about 5 minutes left to go in the second. Housley's shot. This one sails wide. Stays alive. Thought it might head up into the netting. Johnson has it. Gets turned around. Digging it out. Trying to get it out is kind of solid. Right now, Rasty, as we talked about, under a minute is key for Keene State to get out of this period at 3-1. Housley's shot. Oh, nice blocker by Testum into the corner. Another shot comes in on Testum from Housley. He turns it away. Plays it off the glass and off the netting, and that's the perfect time for Keene State as they can get 5 fresh players out on that as they were scrambling a little bit there with 38 seconds left to go here in the period. Rasty heading down to get an interview with head coach of ASU, Dennis LeClaire, who yesterday's interview was lively and exciting, and we're interested to see what today's will bring. Face-off is going to be ruled outside of the zone as it went off of an ASU player. Won by the Sun Devils. We dumped in, cross ice by Hughes. Chasing it over there is Duquette. He's going to play it off the glass. Glove down by Bayer. But Keene State able to clear it out, forcing the Sun Devils to clear the zone. This will be just a soft dump. No ice by the referee. Taking it around behind there is Mitchell. Approaching 10 seconds left to go. Ooh, bad hop there coming off where the doors for the referees come into. And for Keene State just wrapping it around. If they can get it outside of the zone, then this period most likely will end as it's a swipe at. Refs wanted a penalty for tripping. No call by the official. This one's going to be thrown up and outside of the zone, and that will do it for the period. So the score is 3-1. We were 0-0 after the first. So we saw ASU get 3 goals here in the period. And then KSU picking up a late power play goal to make it 3-1. So we're going to head down to Rasty McGibbon in just a moment as he is here with the head coach of Arizona State. And we'll go to him right now.
Dave and I have been talking through the first 2 periods about investing, and what we've said is that you guys have invested in a play, and really it took more than 20 minutes, but you started to get some cash out from your investment. Did you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. I told the guys you're going to get their best today. They're fighting for their lives. They got beat yesterday by 10, I think it was. So, a team like this that comes here is not going to get beat 2 days in a row by 10 goals.
You are sending 2 forecheckers in. They're doing a fantastic job, and we saw early in this period that started to pay off, and they're coughing the puck up. Was that part of the plan coming in?
Absolutely. Pressure. That's the only way. We got to step up our game. We didn't have a great first period. I think we dominated the play, but we weren't sharp. We coughed up a lot of pucks. We had shots blocked. The passing was off, but I thought in that period, I just told the guys simplify. you got to. It's going to take. I said you're going to have to get dirty, and I think they did that period.
Not to scratch a nerve, a lot of special team opportunities yesterday, so not really typical for either you or Michigan State. You decided to change goalies today. Can you speak to that just a bit?
Both goalies have had great seasons. I think we were 32-2 and 1-1 on the season. Gluck, I think, lost one game all year, and Feldbell lost 3, but one of them was in overtime, and the other ones were one was a 1-goal game against William Patterson. So both goaltenders are strong, and they both deserve an opportunity this weekend.
Dennis, thanks very much. Let's good luck in the next 20.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. David, now back to you.
Steve, we'll be back after this intermission. Once again, score 3-1 ASU Elite over KSU. We'll see you in the third period. Welcome back out to the Forgotten Gondola here at... Oh, now they're just taking forever, Ras. I think they're... So, sorry about that, folks. Had to have a little slow down for us. So I think that clock gets faster and faster, right? Yeah. We're underway here in the third period. 3-1 ASU over Keene State. My name is Dave Kirsch. Next to me, Rasty McGibbon. I know you, Ras, I'll be glad to be offering 4. How about you?
Yes. Yes, I will.
It's a little hard getting to. So we are here, and for Keene State, huge goal as this shot turned away. Huge goal for them at the end of the period to put themselves back in this game with a 3-1 score. As ASU really, Rasty, was dominating the game in the second period.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best period that I've seen ASU play in the 5 that I've seen from them. Third period yesterday was good. Unfortunately, they were kind of sucked into the tempo and the flavor that we'd seen in the first 2 periods yesterday, which was a lot of penalties and not a lot of 5-on-5 hockey.
The puck, looks like we're going to get a hand pass. So that'll get a stoppage of us 18:50 and no change for Keene. So just go back down into the Keene State zone. Shots in that coming in.
Shots are 23-18 in favor of Arizona State. My partner David Kurtz nursing a little influenza there.
How do you nurse influenza?
I think your lungs are doing a fantastic job. You're nursing it right along there, bro.
Keene State is able to get it out as it kicks off a skate now quickly brought back in by ASU.
If it's not influenza, it's probably bronchial herpes, but we won't talk about that.
LeClaire has it for ASU. He gains the zone. Now go to the middle. Big hit laid on there, and we're going to get a penalty called on that.
Knee contact.
Knee contact, so.
Yeah.
No. I like the head coach for Keene State.
He's
terrible call.
He's a terrible call, but we have to take it.
To take it, so. Yeah, so. Also, my favorite part is, in case you guys don't notice, we have a 2-ref system. So
he's telling the ref that didn't make the call that was a terrible call. It's like, I don't know if you happen to see that call, but it was terrible.
McNeely has it now on as ASU tries to regain their 3-goal lead. Shot, this one tips wide. Now thrown out and Dubs. Good play.
Yeah, and that was out of the air. He swatted that thing out of the air. So I think for Keene, they are going to be able to generate a bit of momentum if you're a Keene State fan off of this penalty kill, if they can withstand the next 90 seconds of Arizona State. Arizona State, being the number 1, was off for about 5 weeks until they hit the ice yesterday against Michigan State, and so they really just want to do everything they can to shake it off and get these special teams firing on all 8 cylinders. And one thing that I would say Keene's strong point has been defensive hockey. Yesterday against Michigan State, giving up 10 goals to ASU, and yesterday Keene giving up 11 goals to Florida Gulf Coast. But they've been a little bit more stingy today.
Ingbar wraps it around. They're actually changing behind the play, so Davis barely gets on the ice as we are 40 seconds left to go in the power play. Shot tips off a stick, and will go out of play. So faceoff will stay inside the ASU zone.
But 40 seconds left to go in the kneeing penalty here. And I think in terms of the defensive and goaltending effort, Keene has got to be quite happy with what they've seen today. And I heard it called this in high school, but it's the old KISS principle: keep it simple, stupid. And I think a lot of times at this level, they practice these power plays and they want the shot from only one place. But we saw Keene there at the end of that second period. They finally just in their mind said, you know what, we're going to get shots on net, and they did that, and good things happened.
So wrapping around here, bring it all the way back up to above the circle as Starr. He'll pass it up to Wiseman, who kicks it off his skate of Davis, and we'll go back to even strength. So 2 shots in that power play for ASU. Good kill there by Keene State here. Coming out, coming out off the guy they're going to call icing. Nope, they're going to wave it off there. As number 8, Tyler Clark, was actually the replacement for the penalized player, and he was able to jump into the play and allow Keene State to get it deep into the zone.
But see, the one thing that Keene has got to adopt from Arizona that they have done so well this game is to send 2 forecheckers in. And really now when you're down 3-1 and you're getting beat in shots, it's a bit of a gamble to get 2 guys deep, but you got to do it to force Arizona State to give up the puck some in their zone.
And there's going to be an Arizona State penalty for interference. And I cannot imagine Coach LeClaire being happy about that.
I'm just looking over here and he's shaking his head.
So he'll go into the box. It looks like number 8, Zachary Bayer. Yep, that's Zachary Bayer. He'll go for 2, and for Keene State, a chance to pull back within 1. So already just over 4 minutes gone here in this third period. We've seen 2 penalties called, and both teams are going to get a chance on the power play here.
And, you know, really, if you're a Keene State fan, this is the sequence that you would want to kill off 2 minutes, get a bit of momentum. And, you know, I might even go so far as if some of your penalty kill guys or your power play guys, I might have even called a timeout and given them, a chance to rest. Because you need a goal here if you're Keene.
So right now, ASU doing exactly what you want to do, have it at the other end, as LeClaire is just going to push it up against the boards and force them to kick it. Ouch, man. Glad you're wearing those boots. Better have lots of Kevlar, as number 4, Andrew Pierce, was just kicking at LeClaire to try to get him to move the puck.
But that was a fantastic job by LeClaire there in really burning off about 10 seconds in valuable time. And the even better thing, if you're an Arizona State fan, it was 200. I almost said 200 miles from your own goal, but 200 feet from your own goal.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on in that corner. Back up to the top. Got it over there to Clark. Coming in now, looking for the shot. This one gives him a foul, but he tries, and there's slam. It's in front. There's a guy down. Shot. Oh my gosh! I don't know how Keene State missed that goal, as you had 2 defensemen down and the goalie down. You just couldn't lift the puck. Like 2 guys diving down, and it clears the puck. And right now, KSU is snake bit when it comes to being able to bury the puck on open nets. Coming in and trying to get something going. Here's another shot. This one comes in, never makes it on. That shot came from Derek Clark, and they'll be thrown down the other side.
One thing I will point out on that Arizona State kill, they did have 2 bodies lie down that were absolutely willing to take the puck in the gut to keep the goaltender from having to make the save. And it's that type of dedication that, you know, as you play 3 games in pool play, you know, those investments by sacrificing your body will pay off in the end. And for Arizona State, I know they want to be playing on Monday very badly.
Stepping over, here's a shot right into the stomach, but it's through and tapped. Oh, and again, they missed the net as number 14, Cooper Hines, took the shot. He missed it. Now we got a player down. And there was a rebound as Fubel watched it hit right to his blocker side, and then the tap-in sailed wide. So right now we got a player down for Keene State.
And they are going to activate the trainer. He looks a little tentative, but the trainer is making his way out.
And we're going to get another call here. It looks like another Arizona State.
Looks like there's going to be an obstruction tripping, and we do have... Actually, the referee calling for the captain to come over. It looks like the Keene player is going to be coming off under his own power, as the trainer, looking a little tentative, is going to lend a hand. Under the Good Samaritan law, he is protected, which is good news for him. And but Keene State coming off under his own power.
So that was on number 4, Stefan Valver. So he'll go off 2 for tripping. So it'll be a 15-second 5-on-3 power play.
With the face-off coming in the Arizona State zone, that is very important. So we did have activation of the Good Samaritan law. Face-off going to come to the blocker side of Arizona State here.
Face-off won by Arizona State. Hughes gets pushed off the puck, though, as coming in, try to dig it out was Matt Gerard. Shot. This one doesn't make it through. Now back up. Here's another shot tipped in front by Fellow. Another opportunity with a puck in front. They just can't quite get on. This one, nice shot fake there, as there were 3 guys ready to go down.
Yeah, so now
activating it is Cooper Hines. Back to the thing. back to trying to get set up at the high slot and then over into the circle.
So Arizona State using a kind of a one-guy active, and they're working at sideboards to point, but one thing they've got to do is send them a nice pass over for a one-timer, because the active point player is doing a fantastic job of going over and putting pressure on that guy, and unfortunately all that hard work for nothing as they were not able to get a shot.
And we are 5-on-4, as that was only a short 5-on-3. We got another minute left to go, so Keene State again an extended power play time, and they really need to be able to get a good opportunity as this puck kind of just dribbles over and then turned over. And again, Keene State for some reason has an opportunity, comes in the clear shot, and a good play by Testum, and he decides not to play the puck.
43 seconds left to go on this Keene State power play, and you know what? I think they've done a pretty good job of execution. I think, one thing you get sucked into at this national tournament is you practice a power play all year long, and there's that one shot. You catch them on the overload. You have the open net on the back door, and you know what? Here it's really about traffic and volume of shots. I mean, the one goal that Keene State scored was really not textbook, but they had traffic, they got a redirection, and they were able to get on the board. And so for the next 38 seconds, they've really got to try to replicate that by getting the puck in deep and then working hard.
Puck is down directly below us, just inside the red line. Whoop, stepping over, had to wait to get it back on side, being fought over just inside the blue line. 22 seconds left to go. Shot, Feldville.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It was a shot into the point. It wasn't a dangerous shot. They had pressure.
Waiting to set up the one-timer. Got 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Again, only 2 shots on this extended power play for KSU.
Boy.
Even, so now it'll force Pierce to come back as they kind of reset everything.
And that's really good pressure on the penalty kill, by the penalty kill.
Felber had to grab that before it slid through his 5-hole. And now we got a lot of pushing and shoving going on in front of the net.
And that's the captain of Keene. He skated through the crease, and then he came back into the crease to stand right in front of the goaltender. So I mean, that. In my mind, that's really an abrasive maneuver. If you are tuning in, Arizona State 3-1 over Keene State. I'm Rusty McGibbon. Dave Kurtz, my broadcast partner for the last 8 periods of hockey that we have been able to enjoy here at Westchester, United States.
Arizona State trying to clear it out of their zone, and good forecheck being applied here by Keene, as now it'll fly up into the ASU's locker room, ASU bench, and we'll get a stoppage. I want to give you an update. Looks like we might have our first upset of the tournament, as Utah State is currently up 5-4 on the defending champ NYU with less than a minute left to go in the third period.
And how about would the Miami be an upset as well?
Well, yes. Most people feel that Belleville is the odds-on favorite coming in. Currently, they're down 2-0, and in the third period.
Very good.
So again, Keene State having an extended power play that they just came off of, where they were only able to muster 2 or 3 shots. And as the clock starts to wind down to halfway through this period, they're having a lot of trouble getting any sort of sustained pressure on a 5-on-5 action. And they might need to start changing up a little bit of something of how they do, as now we got a lot of, we got a little pushing and shoving going on between some KSU players and ASU guys on the bench.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, unfortunately, every second that ticks by is one less that there's meaningful hockey left for Keene. And so, I think in terms of the referees maintaining order, there has to be a low threshold for giving guys a misconduct and just letting them sit there and watch the end.
Right now, Housley has it passed over to McNeely. McNeely tries to pull it through, but it's turned away. Bayer has it back now to Ehrlich. Top line out for ASU, and McNeely nails it into the top shelf. That was a great play individually by McNeely to get that over to the far side on the blocker of Testum, and now they are up 4-1.
And I'll tell you something. Really, McNeely has been a force both ways today. He's been good on defense. He's been good on offense. and really was responsible for their third goal. Got a helper on that one. But this is where you have seen Arizona State buy into a game plan that LeClaire set out at the beginning. And as we talked about, they worked hard for about the first 30 minutes of this hockey game, and now they really are are seeing the payoff. And for Keene,
wow. Got a big hit late on there, as I believe we're going to get an icing call after that. As they're going to call a penalty. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what happened as Testum had left the net and gone all the way down to the other to the bench, thinking that was going to be a penalty called. But the arm that was up was just for icing. So they got a little bit lucky there that icing actually wasn't waved off, because then Testum would have been on the bench and there would have been no one in the box.
Now I'm going to tell you one thing that we talked about, and we can pan over here. When the coach comes down to the level of the referee, and you can see he's taking an extended period of time to come over and answer, but you know what? The referees at this level are not going to take any chirping from up top, right?
So we do get it is even strength, no penalty. So KSU able to clear the zone and come up with numbers. Guy changing mind in the play as LeClaire came out kind of late there.
And Dave, I'm going to make a prediction at our next stoppage.
All right.
I'm going to say 4 minor penalties between now and the end of the period. Oh, and here's number 1. Here's number 1. Wow. You know what?
So a high stick, it appears, on KSU.
What's the old saying? If loving you's right, I don't want to be wrong.
So we'll wait to see who it gets it with 10:24 left to go here in the period. He called a high stick, but no one's gone into the box yet.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh. So it's the captain, and Andrew Pierce.
And the coach actually, the captain complained. The coach says, "You know what? Though you can't do it right in front of him," and he's right. But I honestly think there's going to be 4 minor penalties, and that's number 1 in the next 10 minutes of hockey.
So the first shot came off of the stick of Bayer right into Testum's chest. So
right, and I actually looked over. Dennis LeClaire is saying that's a good shot, but I want it lower, which is what we've talked about a lot this tournament. You want it about 10-18 inches off the ice.
Tried to go across the ice, shot. Testum comes way out on the blue ice. Good way to slow down the angle. And I tell you, Testum has played very well, Rasty. I mean, you can't really I think a lot of the times he's been barraged by shots that have forced him to go laterally, and he's made some very good saves.
Yeah, and I will tell you something. I mean, Keene definitely has an anchor point or a cornerstone to build on with him being.
And Keene is going to go back into the box on a 5-on-3 on a trip.
And here's number 2.
So that's going to be held on to there as we'll get an extended 5-on-3. And Rusty, this kind of has a lot of that feel of what happened yesterday with Michigan State against ASU, as Michigan State started to take some penalties, started to get a little frustrated, and ASU just started to pile the goals up. And now when you have a 131 on a 5-on-3, you're going to see a shooting gallery here for ASU.
Yeah, I guess the only part of that I would disagree with is I think this is out of frustration for Keene. I mean, they've scored 2 goals in almost 60 minutes of hockey, and I'm sure they're frustrated.
Not so much for that.
Number 3, here comes number 3.
As Hughes is going to go to the box for probably some sort of boarding, as now we get a... I think Testum kind of ran into the ref and the player for ASU on his little cruising, and then may have been even trying to draw another penalty there. As Hughes is going to go to the box for cross-checking. As so with 9:45 left to go, this game has piled up a ton of penalties. So we're up to 3 now. Rasty, you said 4. I think you kind of meant 4 on the board at the same time.
Well, Dave, you didn't ask for specifics.
Okay. Yeah. So 4-on-3, the advantage still in favor of ASU, even though the puck is down in their zone. Shot just kind of slides by Felbo. Watch it go into the far corner. Davis has it now. Davis will bring it up for the Sun Devils. Bring it up to Valver. Valver holds it back. Now gives it to Davis.
So really 4-on-3 hockey's a shooting gallery.
Up to McNeely. McNeely throws it in front. Had Ehrlich backdoor, but went into his skates, and they're able to clear it out. Is Keene State, but they cannot control it as Davis has it. Now back up to McNeely. McNeely gains it to the top of the circle, looking for the entry pass. Throw him another tic-tac-toe pass. He just can't quite make it on. As Bayer had dropped down from his point, shot doesn't make it on as it hit off a shin pad and up into the netting. And so we're getting a stoppage of play as, again, a lot of chirping going on as it looks like Bayer says that something happened. And there you go. You got your fourth penalty. And this one,
I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect to get it so soon.
And it looks like it's going to be a guy from each side. Well, a guy from each side is going to go in.
All right, that's 5. Sorry.
As Bayer.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm a conservative.
Yeah,
I'm a conservative.
But that will not go on the board as those will be coincidentals most likely.
So we're going to still skate 4-on-3 for 37 seconds or less. And you know what? When it's time for a media timeout, I think the referees, and you know what? I don't think that they have done a bad job at all. But I think I think they got to talk to the captains and say, look, you know what? I'm happy calling this stuff all night, and you keep doing stupid stuff, and I will make sure that you don't play tomorrow. Because you know what? Even if it's Keene, you've come down from New Hampshire, you want to play tomorrow, okay? Because for some guys, this is probably the end of their collegiate career, right?
So we'll say 4-on-3 as those were coincidental, so they'll have 2 minutes and a whistle.
Dave, have the winds of upset blown?
Tips, I believe so. We do have a final that Utah State has knocked off the defending champ from last year, NYU. So that pool has gotten much more interesting as this one's grabbed by Testum. As now Grand Valley, who we will be calling our second game, as in their matchup, if they're able to win that game, then they will be able to be at the top of that pool with 2 wins to give themselves kind of a driver's seat. But
and the interesting thing, after Willenborg stood on his head yesterday, he didn't get to start today. Maybe he got hurt. I don't know.
And the shot from ASU buries it in as number 7, Housley, picks up his second goal of the game and is now 5-1. And this will go to 4-4. They only had 5 seconds left to go on that kill, so that's to make it 4-4. So that's a killer for Keene as they tried to. So one penalty will come off. Now we'll go 4-on-4 for 35 seconds, and then a 10-second short power play for Keene if we don't see any more penalties, which I am not 100% sure that that's going to happen, especially now with that additional goal being scored. So we got a big hit just inside as Wiseman stands up. McEnell shot, and Felbo will just glove it down and slow down the play. So still 27 seconds left to go in 4-on-4. We are at 8:24 left to go here in the third period. For ASU, a win would put them in
the driver's seat.
The driver's seat, and minimum that they would be able to play for a winner-take-all game against FGCU, who plays in our next session.
Who do you think 4-on-4 favors?
I still think it favors ASU with their speed. Another big hit, and right now it's almost like ASU is inviting the contact right now, as there's a lot of chirping going on. Starr has it. He's got a 3-on-3 coming back, has a little bit of speed, will drop the puck back. DeValver shot, blockered away by Testum. Now back up to Valver. Now we have a 5-on-4, so it's actually a power play for Keene State for a few seconds.
No, for Arizona, isn't it?
I mean, for Keene State.
Oh,
and then now we're back to 5-on-5 action. As now again, McNeely finishing his hit. Bringing it down is O'Hara. O'Hara looking, shot right into the stomach of Felbo, and that will get us to our media timeout.
So I think, it's really all formalities for the last 7.5 minutes or so. Keene State defensively, and I think goaltending-wise, have a fantastic, have done a fantastic effort in this contest. Really, the penalties have come on to plague them a little bit into this third period and in the late part of the second period. But for Arizona State, just stay out of the box, keep rolling.
All right, you are watching the ACHA Division II National Championships live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank our third period sponsors, Pro Stock Hockey, Bauer, USA Hockey, and Barron Championship rings, who will be the official provider of championship rings for one of these teams on Tuesday evening.
One of these two teams?
What? One of the teams that's here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank you for that clarification.
We'd also like to thank Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, AppHammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey and Utah Vision. Utah Game Day Live. Another potential upset looking to possibly happen. Rasty just got a text saying it's still 2-0 Miami with 2 minutes left to go in the third period.
Wow.
So you could have...
That is the Red Hawks, right?
The Red Hawks against the Belleville.
Any Liberty score from over at number 1.
Do not have Liberty...
Dave.
Every time, and do not have a Liberty score, we'll try to get that up.
There's actually a hinge on the microphone, and when you start to cough, hinge it up, okay? And I'll talk to disguise it so our friends at home don't know you're coughing, okay?
I wish I knew when it was coming, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, resetting the game for you, we got 7:31 left to go here in the third period. 5-1 ASU as Keene State just about 7.5 minutes away from their season ending. Another update, 37 seconds left to go, and Miami up 2-0. So it looks like Miami will pull the upset against Belleville and make that pool pretty wide open, as Miami lost yesterday to Utah, who plays later today. And so with the win by Utah, they could put themselves in the driver's seat. I'm sure our friends at Ute Vision are excited about that.
And we should explain to our friends at home what Ute Vision has provided for us.
So Keene State will have it, trying to get it inside the zone. Tapped away by Davis for ASU. Now they regain, throws it in front. Felba will just glove it and stop play there. As after every play, you see the linesmen come flying in, as there's always something being said between these two teams.
Well, no, and that's because the captain, and you know what? If I were the official, I'd tell the captain, I don't want you 20 feet from the goaltender when the play stops, and if you are, I want you to be moving.
Face off to the glove side of Felbill. Up to the top, shot, airmails everything. Will stay inside the zone as it tipped off of somebody, as number 16, Derek Clark, really laid some carbon fiber into it.
Carbon fiber, that's great. Back in the days, it used to be ash.
Back in the day, they used to, use, fishbone for skate blades too. So.
Well, that's back when you were born, but I mean, when I was born, it was steel.
Puck comes up to the top, trying to be held in at least temporarily, but then out comes LeClaire for ASU. Looking to try to snap the shot, throws it in front, tapped in front, just misses the net as they attest him going, now tried to jam it in, back door. This one hits off the boards and comes out. Wiseman will have to chase it down for the Sun Devils. Pass over to his D partner, stepping up there is Noonan, first time we've called his name today. Casacelia gets it pushed off the puck now, back up to the, back up outside. Ward will just toss it in. ASU clearing their bench, as they have this game well in hand with 6:02 left to go here in the third period. Want to give you a final. Miami has indeed knocked off Belleville 2-0. So with that,
that's going to make things interesting.
With that gives them each a win and a loss in pool play.
And so that's 2 3s beating 2 1s. Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow. And so, barring a miracle, we should have the 1 win here. And I did text over to the number 1 rink to see if we could get a score update there.
Being fought over just above the goal line, wrapping it around, trying to bring it out is KSU. Under 6 minutes left to go here in the third period. ASU firmly in control, 5-1. Salk dump into the ice, rolls down below the goal line. Chasing it in there is Duquette. Goes all the way back up to the top to Valver. Shoots it, tried to be tapped in front. Wow, nice tip in front by Leon, and it went right into the leg pad of Testum. As we're gonna get a tripping call here, and as you see the linesmen come flying in there, as I don't know what was said between Bayer.
Well, no, there was a slash. There was a slash from Keene on Bayer, and I think he wanted to ask them what curved blade he used, but I didn't think he got an opportunity. Keene going to go back on the kill, and I'll tell you something, for if you're an Arizona State fan, that is the absolute safest place to be, is on the power play. It gives them an opportunity, because the power play, as the days wear on, and hopefully you punch your ticket for future play on Monday, Arizona State is going to need their power play unit to be polished and ready to go. And this is just another opportunity to get using it.
Shot right in front, back of the net. Nice snapshot applied there by, we'll try to get his number, but that was a great play there as he came in, was able to kind of skate around, get himself from his backhand to his forehand.
And that took him all of 9 seconds.
So now
It took all of 9 seconds. So I mean, you know, if I were the coach now, I mean, you know, you want guys to be able to play tomorrow. I would just try to keep them calmed down. I mean, you know, you don't want any fights.
So a little bit of confusion on who scored that goal and who got the assists.
And it looks like they're going to have an unsportsmanlike going to be served by McNeely here by ASU. And there was a bit of...
So that'll be a 2-minute taunting penalty on sportsmanlike conduct, as McNeely was blowing kisses to the KSU bench as he was heading over after the score. So that'll put KSU on the power play, see if they can get something back here before they're...
And it would be nice for Keene to get one, right?
As so far they've only scored 2 goals in their almost 6 periods of action here at the National Championships. Stepping over there and going in is Myers. Now be thrown all the way back out to Testum, who's just going to kind of glove it down, leave it there for Poulin.
And you know, I think 5-on-5. I definitely think that that the defense of Keene has played pretty well. You know, even though he's let 6 goals in, the goaltender's been very solid.
As that puck went flying out of the...
No, it's going to be an offsides here.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. It
Got blocked out a little bit there.
It's a hard one to see.
So 1 or 2 left to go in this the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on McNeely for Keene State. 4:23 left to go here in the 3rd period. Coming up later today on this rink, we'll have Grand Valley State in their 2-4 matchup.
Are we staying on this rink?
Yes. And we will be watching Grand Valley, or recalling Grand Valley taking on Penn State.
It's going to be a good one.
As another team in Penn State that has to win in order to keep their chances alive. KSU bringing it up with a little bit of speed. Drops it back to the D. Comes over, gains the blue line, just drops it. Unfortunately, the only person there to grab it was in a white shirt.
Yeah, and you know, I still am a big dump and chase fan, and you know, and you get the neutral ice, and now you dump it in.
19 seconds left to go in the power play. This will come all the way down. This will be maybe time for one more rush, but it goes up and picked up by Randall. Randall will fight to keep it down there. That should pretty much do it. Maybe one quick chance to get it into the zone before we go back to 5-on-5 action. Bringing it up now, stepping over. There is Higgs. Goes into the corner, wraps around now, back up there by Mitchell. Back to 5-on-5 we go. Valver has it, gets hit as he wraps it up around to just about the half boards. Now back up to the other side. That'll be an icing call, as I don't think they realized that it was, that the penalty was over. As he just turned around and whacked that thing right out of the zone. So with 3:04 left to go here in the 3rd period, Keene State will fall to 0-2. And with that, their chances of advancing to the semifinals for ASU, they will move to 2-0. And then they'll be watching the FGCU Michigan State game to see kind of what is going to need to be happening in order for them to advance potentially tomorrow.
And I'll tell you something, historically, Michigan State has been one of those teams that is kind of a never say die. And, you know, there really is, there's not much of a goal lead that really makes you feel comfortable. And really, it took 2 periods of hockey yesterday to really get the nail in the coffin and get to a point where you felt that you had a substantial lead, and Michigan State would not come back from that, because they found their way to claw their way back into the game yesterday through 2 periods. But Arizona State cruising now, and really for them, I think just stay out of the box, keep doing what they're doing. They've done a fantastic job today. I think things here in the last 30 minutes of this game have gotten a bit chippy, and they bought into it a little bit. But I think for a large part, it's coming from the guys in the black sweaters. And I think for these last 3 minutes, try to keep things clean. And for Arizona, they have just got to keep the hammer down and head on towards tomorrow, and looking to punch their ticket for more play on Monday.
So puck will be picked up by the Sun Devils at the half boards. Intercepted there by KSU. Here's a shot attempting to throw it in. Kind of got hacked there a little bit at the last second. Shot, a lot of traffic in front, kicks it back out just outside the zone. And here comes ASU one more time. Puck jumps over Ingbar's stick and goes deep into the zone. Trying to dig it out, helping out there was Starr. Now be thrown back up, knocked down by, actually that probably should have been a hand pass, but I think the refs want to get out of here as much as we do. It's a little cold, and this, as we call it, the forgotten rink of ice line. Puck goes cross ice dump. Now be brought back up by the Owls. Gaining the red line, they'll do a throw right in on Felbull, and he's just going to cover it up, which is the smart thing to do. With 2:12 left to go in the game, you're up 6-1.
If you are just tuning it in, it is 6-1 in favor of Arizona State over Keene State. This one was a little bit close early on. Keene was able to get one on an extra man opportunity, but other than that, there has not been a lot in the offensive category. I think really goaltending has probably been their strong point today, even though they've let in 6. A lot of special team opportunities, and Arizona State has definitely shown us why they're number 1.
Another shot in on Felbull, and he's just going to hold on to it. A little pushing and shoving going on afterwards. Refs doing a good job to get themselves in play. Looks like nope. I thought we might have gotten a call there late by the referee, but he's just putting his arm up for the change.
So we just have an update in from Rink 1. The number 1 Liberty over Lindenwood Lake Charles is 4-1.
St. Charles. Or Lake Charles, I'm not sure if there's a lake in Missouri named Lake Charles, but we'll go with it. Normally we don't have to do that, but there's 2 Lindenwood teams. There's also 2 Arizona State teams. Yesterday, Arizona State Maroon lost to Liberty 4-2. They'll be in action in our second session here today. Shot, this one goes wide.
If Arizona State was playing Arizona State, would it be fair to go ahead and plan the parade route?
I would think so. If
yeah.
It was in the championship, yeah. Go right through the middle of Tempe.
Or if Lindenwood Lake Charles was playing Lindenwood Maroon State, would they go ahead and plan the parade
so,
route?
But Lindenwood Maroon is not here.
Which one Maroon is it? Oh, it's Arizona Maroon. Yeah. The Maroons. It's interesting how one's the Sun Devils and one's the Maroons. Like they have to use a different mascot. But yeah, the good thing is you could bring one set of cheerleaders, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot opportunity turned away here by Keene State as we go under. 1 minute left to go in the game. Puck, Hughes able to hold it in for the Sun Devils. Going into the corner there is Randall. He shoves it now off. Bayer tries to hold it in off his glove. And it'll be thrown back out as Gerard. Gerard has it. That goes into the corner, taps it along, try to avoid the hit. Another hit by Leclerc. Still behind the net now, kicked off the top. Remember, I think Felbull actually might have whacked that with his glove to get it off the net.
Yeah. He actually threw his glove up inside the net to bounce the puck off the back.
So we're under 40 seconds left to go, and we'll get an icing call with 33.8 left.
Shots are 35-25. Arizona State is now just cruising. It is just a matter of running this clock down, and things seem to kind of settle down, which is good. As at the end of this game will be a handshake, which is one thing I like about playing at this level of hockey, almost like the NHL playoffs.
KSU trying to snag something here before the end of the game as we go under 25 seconds. Fighting to try to get it in front of the net. Pushing and shoving going on. Randall trying to bring it back up now. Comes up now to Burke. Burke's shot. This one goes wide. Had an opportunity, but no one home. Pass too hard. This is going to come out to the middle, and that should just about do it. We're under 10 seconds left to go here in the game. KSU just going to take it around behind their net, and that's it. Final buzzer sounds. ASU goes out to mob their goalie. KSU, which is always good to see in hockey, goes out to mob their goalie to say good job, and then the handshakes will have. But they at 6-1, Keene State is eliminated from advancing. They are the first team today to be eliminated from the possibility of pool play. Lindenwood also. Lindenwood for St. Charles was eliminated a few moments ago as well. So those two teams are the first. So we're down to 14 teams that can possibly advance to the semis. And as we go on today, there are a few more teams that might be able to either punch their ticket or have their competitive season. And one interesting thing to see with Keene State is number 44, Tucker Johnson, is shaking hands, but he's holding his left hand. So we'll have to see if maybe he has hurt his shoulder. We'll have to see if his season is done for the year as he's shaking hands and heading off to the locker room. So for Keene State, another tough day, but they played well. First period ended up 0-0. They played really well, and then the second period ended up 3-1, so they were able to grab something late and kind of keep themselves alive. But as we saw yesterday against Michigan State, ASU just really being able to pound it away here in the third period and really push themselves up like they did yesterday. So let's head down to Rusty with the player of the game.
Rasty McGibbon with Ryan McNeely from Arizona State. Really talking to your coach yesterday, you guys have been off for 5 weeks, and we're really starting to see what you guys are made of here today.
Yeah, I mean, with 5 weeks off, it's always definitely easy to get rusty. Practices were good, but there's nothing really that compares to the game. So after getting one under our belt in a couple periods today, we're starting to see what ASU hockey is kind of all about.
Big game for you personally, and a big game for you guys. Last year, talking to your coach was not really the result globally that you would have wanted. Just tell me what it means to be 2-2 in the first 2 days of play.
For sure, yeah. Last year, our first game, obviously not the result we wanted with a 6-5 loss. When we spark this weekend with a win yesterday over Michigan State, it kind of just feeds the fuel and gets the momentum going. So obviously carries over into a game like today, and the result is what we wanted to see.
Any frustration in the first period of this game? Like, you guys were working incredibly hard and really, investing in a game system. I'm sure your coach had laid out, but it really was into the second before you start to get any dividends pay off from that hard investing. Any frustration on the bench?
For sure, yeah. A team like ours, I mean, we're used to being high power, scoring a lot of goals, so anytime we're not putting the puck in the net, it's easy to start pointing fingers and yelling at your own teammates. But I mean, we got good leadership in the locker room, so those guys calmed us down, and we came out in the second, popped a few in, and kind of just went from there.
You guys in the last 6 periods of hockey have gotten a lot of opportunity on special teams, okay? How big has special teams been for you guys getting here, and how do you think it plays into the rest of the tournament?
I mean, it's huge. At a tournament like this, you don't know what the refs are going to be, right? You don't know if they're going to call nothing, they're going to call everything. So we've got a penalty kill that's blocking everything right now, and they're just working, getting in lanes on the back end with goaltending. We can always count on them, and then we've been fortunate enough to be putting the puck on the power play quite a bit. So, I mean, that's been carrying over to some wins, and hopefully it carries over for the rest of this weekend.
Anybody you want to say hi to at home?
What's up, Mom and Dad?
Very good. Ryan, thanks very much. Let's good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
David, now back to you.
Thank you very much, Rasty. So we'll wrap it down here. Once again, ASU knocking off Keene State 6-1. ASU moves to the top of the pool. At 2-0, they'll watch the FGCU game against Michigan State today to see kind of what will happen tomorrow. So we'll wrap it up here. We want to thank Rasty McGibbon, my partner, as well as Utes Vision, and our camera operator, Josiah Tillett, for spinning the camera around and around. But we'll be back in about 40 minutes for our second game of our doubleheader with Grand Valley State against Penn State. So until then, this is Dave Kurtz saying so long, and God bless.